Alright, pay attention because what I'm going to tell you will make reality TV seem like a Sunday afternoon sleep. This is the epitome of cinematic anarchy. Forget about the Kardashians squabbling over lip gloss, or Kanye West attempting to convince us that he's running for president once more. Alvarez Canelo, the Mexican machine with the red head. A sponsorship contract was signed by the man who punches like Thor's hammer. Lastly, there is the bully. Yes, the self-described strong guy who found it amusing to laugh at, clown, and make fun of Canelo's stature, style, and everything else. If a lion blinks too slowly, imagine burning it. This clown essentially did that. It was amusing, according to the internet. Look at the big guy cracking jokes. Ha ha. But it wasn't simply karma that followed. My darling summer kids. A vicious slow-motion book-level knockout made this bully a walking example of a meme. I'm referring to humiliation on the level of delete your Instagram, move to the mountains, and live as a hermit. This goes beyond boxing. Shakespeare wearing boxing gloves is this. The show on Netflix is about concussions. What about the video? The video appears to be karma wearing gloves. You won't be able to laugh at Canelo again when you witness how this jest became a catastrophe in typical internet form. The setup for this disaster begins with a loudmouth, Wi-Fi, and an excessive amount of confidence. They won't be able to defeat their grandmother in a pillow fight, but all of a sudden they're skilled at taking down world champs. This man. He turned making fun of Canelo Alvarez into a sport. He referred to him as Short King Canelo, made fun of his height, and said that Canelo appeared to be wearing boxing gloves to disguise himself as a leprechaun. In videos, he even mimicked his posture, stumbling like a terrible TikTok dancer. It was devoured by the comments section. I'd beat him with one arm. Canelo is overrated, and Canelo can't touch real fighters. The typical arrogance of those who believe that shadowboxing in their bathroom qualifies them as Floyd Mayweather. You know? The issue is that Canelo is more than just a boxer. He is essentially Mexican pride's last boss. He has carelessly slapped around men twice his size, destroyed legends, and carried the weight of a whole nation. More than a stadium full of vuvuzelas, his record speaks for itself. Apparently, though that didn't deter this bully from speaking. The internet leak followed. During a sparring session, a video appears of this so-called strong guy taunting Canelo, and even stating Canelo wouldn't last 2 rounds with me. Oh friend. Like milk in the heat, that sentence grew old. Fans initially believed it to be simple trolling. This guy isn't serious at all. Then, however, receipts began to appear. It appears from screenshots, direct messages, and even conversations in the gym that this bully had been disparaging Canelo for months. Not joking. Outright disregard. Volcanic reactions occurred. Fans of Canelo in search of blood. Twitter was inundated with memes. Canelo as the bully with Ant-Man stuck under his boot, and Canelo photoshopped as Thanos. Even MMA fans joined in, reminding everyone that making fun of Canelo is analogous to inserting your tongue in an electric socket. Sure, you can do it, but don't cry when your life's decisions change. Then the difficulty increased. The bully made the decision to spar alongside Canelo. Not a joke, not a parody. In fact, he entered the ring alongside the Mexican boxing king, pound for pound. At first, Twitter didn't accept it. This isn't possible. However, the video verified everything. The swagger, the taunting, the sneer, until the bell rung. And, gosh, if you've ever wanted to witness the clash between human conceit and unadulterated fact, this was it. The internet exploded as soon as the sparring video was released. Canelo stood there coolly, scanning the bully like a lion pursuing prey, while the bully bounced around as if he had just seen too many Rocky montages. The initial few seconds of the scene appeared to be a parody skit. Then, bam, a single, spotless shot. Just a small reminder, tap from Canelo's glove, not even full power. And the face of the bully, priceless. His smirk and confidence vanished, and he appeared to have changed into a child who understood that detention meant staying after school. Canelo wasn't finished, though this wasn't just boxing. Oh no, a public service announcement was what this was. The bully crumpled more quickly than cheap lawn furniture as he slipped, countered, and launched a combination that was so vicious and well-placed. His ego flew out of his body after one strike. His head was shaken so violently by another that it most likely reset his Wi-Fi password. Then came the KO. The knockout, dressed in Mexican trunks, appeared to be karma itself. The gym exploded. Trainers were unable to conceal their grins. After gasping and laughing, onlookers instantly grabbed their phones to share it online. In just a few minutes, the KO video went viral on Facebook more quickly than conspiracy theories. What about the memes? The memes? Twitter was having a great time. One depicted Canelo as a teacher reprimanding a mischievous pupil. The bully crumbled into dust, while another person likened the KO to Thanos snapping his fingers. Over the course of a few hours, TikTok editors blasted dramatic music over the film, garnering millions of views. Celebrities also couldn't help but weigh in. Man thought he was Superman, found out he's Lois Lane, tweeted Shaquille O'Neal. With the caption, Canelo said, "Hold my tequila." Snoop Dogg retweeted the KO. Even people who weren't boxing fans joined in, referring to it as the best shut-up punch ever. It wasn't simply laughter though, it also generated discussions. Canelo went too hard, according to some fans who felt he didn't have to make the guy look bad. Others retorted, he requested it. He made fun of the champion. Win dumb rewards by playing dumb games. And let's face it, you deserve whatever cosmic lesson you learn. If you enter a ring with one of the best boxers in history and are running your mouth, the KO was more than just a viral video by the end of the week. Cultural currency was what it was. School children mimicked it. Influencers on TikTok used slow-motion effects to reenact it. On WhatsApp groups, even grandmothers were posting it. And writing, "This is why you respect your elders." Who is the bully? Radio quiet. His Instagram disappeared. His Twitter account suspended, most likely as a result of his rage, deleting everything. And there was no pity on the internet. Now, where's the tough guy? I assume he's still asleep. His demise was cemented as eternal meme history as a torrent of hateful comments flooded in. This humiliation has nuclear repercussions. For Canelo, it was the solidification of his mythology, not simply another workday. He didn't simply knock out a bully, he came to represent poetic justice. He became more than just a boxing celebrity overnight. He was karma in a glove. The KO was often shown on sports stations, which referred to it as the most satisfying knockout of the decade. Canelo's restraint was commended by analysts. He noted that it was even more frightening because he was obviously holding back. Imagine the entire impact of his might if that was just 30% of it. Don't test Canelo unless you're constructed differently. And spoiler alert, you're not. That was the plain message. After colliding with an iceberg, the bully's reputation plummeted more quickly than the Titanic. Sponsors withdrew. Gyms moved away from one another. He was even made fun of online by his friends. He was no longer the tough guy. That dude Canelo erased was him. Strangers laughing at his expense reduced his entire identity to a single KO clip that was repeatedly shown. This is where it gets crazy though. Since the clip became ingrained in Canelo's mythology rather than fading away, supporters began referring to it as the humbling. It was mentioned in documentaries as evidence of Canelo's supremacy. Children grew up seeing it on YouTube as a warning. If you make fun of the champion, you'll wake up with neon lights in your eyes. It had crazy cultural repercussions. It was also employed as a metaphor by politicians. Opposing us is like mocking Canelo. You know how that ends, a Mexican lawmaker wrote on Twitter. Brands also jumped in. The slogan of a sports drink. Advertisement, "Respect the champ," practically replicated the KO Canelo too. He refrained from boasting. He didn't make fun of it. He just dismissed it with a simple, "Another day, another KO." It became much more legendary as a result. He left calmly, as like teaching clowns was just a part of his morning workout. Even though everyone else was laughing, the bully will never be able to recover. No story of redemption. As the person who believed he could clown Canelo, he will always be remembered. Until, like a late-night Netflix marathon, his lights went off. And for that reason, this tale will not die. Because boxing wasn't the only thing involved. It was a high-definition presentation of pride, ego, and karma. We were all reminded by the universe to not be surprised when a lion bites if you bark. At it for a long enough period of time. Fight enthusiasts, there you have it. The century's most important lesson. After being made fun of by a bully, the pound-for-pound king becomes a viral KO highlight in a matter of minutes. Ignore motivational speakers' life teachings. This is the only TED Talk you'll ever need, unless you want to become a global sensation. All the wrong reasons don't make fun of Canelo Alvarez. Here's what I need from you right now. Smash that like button first, just as Canelo did with the bully's jaw. I want it to be banished to the shadow realm, beaten and broken. Second, leave a comment below. Do you have another great karma punch incident? Or was this KO the most satisfying shutdown in boxing history? Let's make the comments area as hectic as a news conference with Logan Paul. And above all, click subscribe, because we cover more than just fights on our channel. History books would be envious of the scandals, drama, mayhem, and knockouts we cover. Do you want ludicrous breakdowns? Savage narrative is what you want. Your new home is here. Keep in mind that bullies usually hit the canvas around here, and karma always wears gloves. Greetings from the Elagian Test Boxing, where legends emerge, reputations fall, and each punch has a backstory.